You have done it thousands of times. On a first date, at a wedding, saying goodbye at an airport. Kissing feels completely natural, completely human. But stop and think about it for a second. Really think about it. You press your face against another person's face and move your lips. And somehow, this is the most intimate thing you can do with another human. Why? Why does pressing lips together mean anything at all? Nobody taught you this. You just knew. Or did you? Because the answer to that question is more complicated than you expect. Here is the first thing that will surprise you. Not everyone kisses. In 2015, researchers studied 168 cultures around the world. They were looking for one thing: romantic kissing. Lips pressed to lips as a sign of affection. They found it in fewer than half. Only 46% of cultures kiss romantically. More than half the world does not do what you probably think is completely natural. Which means kissing is not a universal human instinct. It is something else. So where did it come from? Who started it? The oldest written record of kissing comes from ancient India, around 1500 BCE. Vedic Sanskrit texts describe people pressing their lips together and sniffing each other. Sniffing. Not quite a kiss as we know it, but clearly the beginning of something. Ancient Mesopotamia had it too. Clay tablets from 2500 BCE describe kissing explicitly. Love poetry from ancient Mesopotamia, written in cuneiform, describing the kiss of a lover. Ancient Egypt showed it too. Paintings and carvings depicting couples in close face contact. Ancient Greece wrote about it extensively. Homer mentioned it in the Iliad. Ancient Rome absolutely loved it. They had 3 different words for 3 different types of kiss. Osculum, a kiss on the cheek between friends. Basium, a kiss on the lips between lovers. Civilum, a deep passionate kiss. The Romans had a word specifically for this. 3 different words, for 3 different intensities. The Romans were very serious about kissing. But all of this is written history. What about before writing existed? To understand where kissing really began, we need to look at biology. And at something that will make you think about kissing very differently. The leading scientific theory about where kissing came from is called kiss feeding. Before baby food existed, mothers fed infants by pre-chewing food themselves. They would chew meat or plant material until soft, then pass it mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth. Lip contact. Sound familiar? This is called premastication, and it was the standard way to feed infants for most of human history. We still see it in other primates today. Chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos. The theory goes like this. Infants associated lip contact with warmth, safety, love, nourishment, and that association stayed in the brain, long after infancy ended. So when those infants grew up, lip contact still triggered those same feelings. Safety, warmth, trust, closeness, all wrapped into one simple act. Your first experience of love was probably through your mouth, and your brain never forgot what that felt like. Now there is a second theory, and it comes from an unexpected place. It comes from the nose, and what the nose was doing long before the lips got involved. Many anthropologists believe kissing evolved from sniffing. Ancient humans greeted each other by pressing faces together and inhaling. Not to be romantic, to gather information. Your smell tells a story. Health, diet, emotional state, genetic compatibility. Ancient humans could literally smell whether someone was a good genetic match. Studies show humans unconsciously prefer the smell of people with different immune systems. Different immune systems mean healthier offspring. Your nose knew this before your brain did. The face-pressing sniff became closer over time. Nose to cheek to lips to lips. And at some point, the lips took over entirely. This is why in some cultures the nose kiss, the Hongi or the Eskimo kiss, still exists today. They are not a different version of kissing. They are possibly the original version. Now, what actually happens in your body when you kiss? Because the body's response to a kiss is extraordinary and deeply ancient. Your lips have more nerve endings per square centimeter than almost anywhere else on your body. 100 times more sensitive than your fingertips. The moment your lips touch another person's, a cascade of chemicals fires through your brain. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, all released at the same time. Dopamine, the reward signal. Your brain saying, this is good. Do this again. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Making this person feel like someone you trust completely. Serotonin, the happiness chemical. Mood lifting. Anxiety dropping. World getting better. And cortisol, the stress hormone, drops significantly during a kiss. Your body literally calms itself down through kissing. Your heart rate increases. Blood pressure rises. Pupils dilate. Your body is running a full physiological assessment. Right there, during the kiss. and your brain is receiving enormous amounts of information it cannot get any other way. Taste, smell, touch, temperature, all processed simultaneously. A kiss is basically a biological scan of another person. Health status, genetic compatibility, emotional state, all in one press of lips. This is why a bad first kiss can end everything. The data came back wrong. Studies show 59% of men and 66% of women have ended a relationship after a bad first kiss. Not because of bad technique, because the biological assessment failed. Your body knew something your brain had not figured out yet. Now, let's look at what kissing does to long-term relationships. Research shows couples who kiss more frequently report higher relationship satisfaction. Not couples who have more sex. Couples who kiss more. Specifically kissing. A study at Oxford University found that kissing functions as a relationship maintenance system. Like servicing a car. Regular kissing keeps the bond running properly. When kissing decreases in a relationship, stress increases. Satisfaction drops. A goodbye kiss in the morning correlates with higher income and longer life expectancy. Men who kissed their partners before work lived 5 years longer on average. 5 years. From a kiss. Every single morning. Now, let's look at kissing across different ancient cultures specifically. Because every culture that kissed differently. For different reasons. With different meanings. In ancient India, the Kama Sutra dedicated an entire chapter to kissing. 29 different types of kiss were described, each with a specific name and purpose. The straight kiss, the bent kiss, the turned kiss, the pressed kiss, the greatly pressed kiss. Ancient India had a kissing classification system more detailed than most modern science. In ancient China, kissing was considered a deeply private act, not shown in public. Chinese literature from 200 BCE describes kissing as intimate, but deliberately hidden from others. In ancient Japan, early texts show kissing was known, but not openly discussed. When Western contact arrived in Japan in the 1800s, Japanese authors had to invent a word for public kissing. The word they created, setsuzan, literally meant lips approach. In ancient Rome, kissing was so embedded in social life it became legally regulated. Roman law stated that if a man kissed a woman in public, they were legally engaged. One kiss, witnessed by others. You were now engaged, whether you planned it or not. Rome also used kisses to seal business contracts, to confirm peace treaties, to open court proceedings. The Roman emperor would be kissed by senators when entering the chamber. Kissing a ruler's hand, kissing a ring, kissing a hem, all showed submission and respect. The kiss was power, status, law, love, medicine, all at once. Now, what about the kiss in religion? Because kissing appears in almost every major world religion, in different but powerful ways. In Christianity, the kiss of peace was a standard part of early church services. All early Christians were expected to greet each other with a holy kiss. St. Paul wrote about it 4 times. In Islam, kissing the black stone at Mecca during Hajj is a sacred act performed by millions annually. In Hinduism, devotees kiss the feet of sacred images and holy figures. In Judaism, Torah scrolls are kissed with the prayer shawl when they pass by. Every major religion on earth uses the kiss to connect the sacred with the human. The lips are where the human meets what is beyond the human, in almost every tradition. Now, what about cultures that do not kiss? What do they do instead? In many sub-Saharan African cultures, the intimate greeting is forehead-to-forehead contact. In many Polynesian cultures, pressing noses and sharing breath is the deepest form of intimacy. Sharing breath was sharing life force. Your air becoming my air. Nothing more intimate. In many indigenous communities across the Americas, rubbing cheeks or touching foreheads was the intimate gesture. Different gestures, same impulse. Get your face close to someone you trust. It is the closeness that is universal, not specifically the lips. Now, how did kissing spread globally? How did it go from some cultures to almost everywhere? 2 words. The Romans. Wherever the Roman Empire went, its culture followed, including its kissing habits. Europe absorbed Roman kissing customs, then spread them through colonization. The global spread of lip kissing is partly a story of empire, not pure human nature, which makes the 46% finding even more interesting, because empire was very thorough. Even with centuries of cultural spread, more than half the world kept their own traditions. Now, one more question. Why does a kiss feel like it means something? Beyond the chemistry, beyond the biology, there is something symbolic happening. When you kiss someone, you are making yourself vulnerable in an unusual way. Your face is fully exposed. You cannot see what is happening around you. You are trusting completely. In a dangerous ancient world, closing your eyes near another person was an enormous act of trust. You were saying, I trust you enough to stop watching for danger. Right now. For you. That vulnerability is still embedded in every kiss. Even now. The eyes close instinctively. Nobody teaches you to close your eyes when you kiss. It is ancient wiring. Still running. Every time. Now the full picture. Where did kissing actually come from? Probably multiple origins. Happening simultaneously. In different populations. Mother feeding infant by mouth. Two primates pressing faces to smell each other. Both contributed. Both leaving behind a deep neurological association. Lips equal safety. Lips equal trust. And those associations created a behavior that spread, evolved, diversified, into 29 Indian kiss types, into 3 Roman kiss categories, into legal contracts and religious rituals, into wedding kisses, airport goodbye kisses, morning kisses before work. The impulse is the same one that made a mother press food from her mouth to her infants. Or 2 ancient humans pressing faces together in the dark to know if the other was safe. The form changed. The meaning evolved. The chemicals remain exactly the same. Your brain responds to a kiss today exactly as a brain responded 50,000 years ago. Same dopamine hit. Same oxytocin surge. Same cortisol drop. Same closed eyes. Underneath every kiss is a very ancient animal, still running very old software. So the next time you kiss someone, remember what that actually is. It is your ancient brain doing a biological scan. It is your infant self remembering what safety felt like on your lips. It is an ancient primate checking if the creature in front of them is trustworthy. It is a mother feeding an infant through the dark of prehistoric time. It is all of human history, compressed into one simple act. If this made you think differently about the next kiss you give, that is exactly what this channel is here for.